getting your questions when you write in with all of your great questions. And today we're hopefully going to give you some answers to all your wonderful questions with Ask the Family. And we're going to start with Larissa. We have a question from Kim King, who is joining us right now from Punta Gorda, Florida. Hi, Kim.
Hi.
How are you? Before we get to your question for Larissa, I know you're in Florida. You're a little further south than the Panhandle. But how are you? Because I know Hurricane Michael has really devastated that whole area.
Yeah, we're great. We're way south, but the Panhandle is absolutely devastating.
Okay, but you're safe and sound.
We are.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. What's your question for Larissa?
Well, Larissa, you have inspired me to become a foster mom.
Yay.
But I'm a little nervous as we just moved down here to Punta Gorda from Delaware. We put in new floors. So, do you have any suggestions of what we can do to prevent accidents they might have?
Yes, that is a good question, Kim, and congrats on moving, and I'm glad you guys are doing okay out there in Florida. And I do have an answer for you, because when you're fostering, you don't always know where the dogs have come from and what their potty habits are. And so that's something you want to keep in mind. So what I love, and these have saved my life many times, are belly bands and doggy diapers. Now, belly bands I especially like, and that's this right here, because they're for male dogs, and male dogs tend to mark. They mark on the side of the couch, and that can go onto your floor. These help save everything you've got. They're Velcro, they're very comfortable, they're machine washable. You just put them on, just like so, and the dogs are okay in them. And they will help remind your dog that if it does go, it doesn't go very far, and it keeps the furniture and the flooring safe. And I will say, don't leave this on them all day by any means. This is something you put when you're home watching them, or if you're running out for 10 minutes or something like that. It's a helpful tool, but you don't want to leave it on all day.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. Thank you, and good luck. Send pictures.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Our channel.
Oh, thank you, Kim. We love you.
Appreciate you watching, Kim. Absolutely. All right, the next question is for Shirley.
Yeah.
Shirley, we got Jill Davidson from Little Rock, Arkansas, and she writes, I want to do more with my garden, but I only have a few square feet to work with. How can I create a garden in such a small place?
Oh, that's great. You know, small spaces are some of the most intimate areas. Now, I can see you have a little tiny area here. So my suggestion for you is that you start to layer your plants and your decor. And I have an example here of one of my favorite designs. This is a garden that I designed that was only 8 to 10 feet wide. And the first one where you see the bird cage, what I want to encourage you to do is this. Notice how that bird cage is decor that really looks striking next to the tree trunks. But look, there's room underneath it to plant. So now I have something going on in the middle up there. I've got stuff around its feet. And take a look at the other side where I have a citrus tree. I got a whole dwarf citrus tree off the ground, put it prominently in a container. And why this works is when you have these dwarf trees, they kind of look like little shrubs.
Yeah.
But when you elevate it, it kind of opens up the space underneath. You can plant ground covers. You can do a vine behind. You can have all kinds of stuff going on in different levels by layering.
Looks beautiful.
Yeah, that looks
Thank
really
you,
good, Shirley.
Shirley.
Thank you so much.
All right, we have
Yeah,
a question
good
for you, Cam.
Okay.
This question comes from our viewer, Chris Buono
Yep.
from New York. Hi, Chris. He wants to know what you get from co-hosting Home and Family that you don't get from acting in your Hallmark movies. We'd like to know that, too, Chris.
That's a good question.
Tell
I
us.
do get questions like that quite a bit. And first of all, I want to say how lucky I am. I mean, I
thank you.
absolutely love coming here and working with all of you each and every single day. All of you guys, I really do. I also love doing the movies as well. So I feel like I'm just a very fortunate man.
Oh, yeah,
but
which is better.
Well, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm going to upset somebody no matter what. But I'll tell you what the differences are a little bit. Obviously, here I get to be Cameron. I get to show pictures of my kids and my family. I get to talk about my experiences and my insights. And whereas in the movies, obviously, I'm playing a character, and you bring a little bit of yourself to those characters, but obviously it's somebody else. Another thing is, as I think we're kind of getting to know, is that I'm learning, like every day, all the time, nonstop. I'm learning tons of things from the kitchen. I'm cooking for Vanessa all the time. I'm learning from Shirley. I got my apple cider vinegar. I'm going to try that passion fruit vine. I mean, it's no end. I'm also learning things about how to get my kids as far as college applications. We're adapting Lucas's rock and roll drumming and into marching band, which will help his college applications. I'm learning other things about parenting and tips for sure, as well as organization and my shed and my. I mean, I could go on and on. How much time do I have? How much time do I have?
How do you feel about all the eating?
I'm learning that I can eat more things than I thought I could.
He's learning to let go of his health kick. I feel so bad about that. I feel partially responsible for taking you down this path.
Well, Cameron doesn't have to eat everything on his plate. He just does.
He's learning how much he loves sugar.
I still have to learn moderation. How's that, Paige?
And we love your questions,
Yes,
so
we do.
please keep sending them. I'm just still learning how to talk. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. Coming up next, of course, more from our family. Come on back, everybody.